Hey guys, it's Bag, and this is, I guess, Ramble video number 4. It's been a while since I've uploaded any sort of video, and I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't been playing RuneScape for about 2 weeks, and I haven't uploaded Progress Video 4, which I know a lot of people were expecting that had communicated with me or had been asking about the channel and content for it anyways. So that being said, I'm just going to show some recording of me doing some inefficient rune crafting and discuss kind of what's going on and what I perceive as the future of this channel and overall the account, which is called Bag. So that being said, the first thing is the main reason I stopped playing for 2 weeks was there was 3 reasons in part. One was that I died with a rune crafting pet, which I luckily had insured, and you can see I've gotten back with, even though it's not the death version. And that is something that occurred due to a DC right at the skeleton conveniently. And so that was kind of a disappointment. And then that same day, the computer crashed, so I realized that it wasn't a DC by the network connection, but by the computer itself. And so I ended up losing tons of content that I had for Vid 4. I've managed to, I guess, scrounge and scrape up some screenshots of some of the levels, and it's just a disappointing. It was a very big disappointment at the time because I was getting really excited about finally absolutely getting to upload a video again. And for those of you that have been watching my content, you know that my quality is not really high. I pretty much just record a lot of clips and get a lot of progress into as short a video as I possibly can. I don't do much commentary. I save that for the Ramble videos. And then after I've done all of that, I, upload it to a song, do a little bit of minor editing, no zooming in really that crazy or anything funny or any commentary during it, just a very, progressive video, and then I upload it. And yeah, so that was the first thing is I was really discouraged about that. Sorry, that was the second thing. And then the third thing is I've just had a nice desire to not play the game. It's pleasant. It's not considered burning out. It's considered, I guess, burning in. Like, I think that it's really unhealthy to play the game too much, and I think it's really unhealthy to, at least in my situation, it's unhealthy to focus so much on the game that is not real life. I mean, even if this one life is all we get, and playing RuneScape makes us happy, I still don't want that to be what my life is known for. So I have a lot of things that I do outside of the game, and that prevents me from making huge strides in progress. So the reason I bring this up is because those 3 reasons are the reason I was kind of gone. Also the reason why you haven't seen Vid 4 come out. I recorded about 3 hours worth of content for a potential level 3 Ultimate Iron Man video guide, as well as a individual guide for a certain skill. And then also, I already did actually have a Ramble video 4, but it was so stale and so prior that I didn't feel that it was relevant. So I have had some content, and those are also unfortunately lost. So it was pretty demotivating. But what I want to I guess preface all that with is, what is the future of Bag and what is the future of the content that I'm going to upload for you guys? So the content in the future is going to change, and basically after video 4, which is going to be a very scuffed, short, just really bad progress video, I'm going to change the style of my videos. And what I mean by that is I am no longer going to do simply video clips and upload them to music and post that. They will from now on have content in them that is commentary about what I'm achieving. And I'll delve into this in a little bit deeper as the reason why in a moment. So they will change in that way, and then also I'm going to be changing the name of them. They are no longer going to be progress videos, they're going to be chapters. Recently I watched a new YouTube Ultimate Iron Man who reminded me that the experience of Ultimate Iron Man is why I've done it. And the big reason I'm doing this commentary style based is not so I can make my videos, greater in the sense that I'm going to edit more and, really put in the effort that, so, you can see when somebody spends the time to do it, which are not currently is not currently the case with mine, but is that I don't have the time to blast out, 89 to 99 rune crafting and then just put that in a video and there you go. It took only 2 weeks since the last upload. it's not realistic with my lifestyle. And that's really, you know, something that if you're trying to do under the you know, I guess the current or past style, it's not really plausible, and it's a little stressful, and it's a little disappointing when it doesn't come out, and I want to see something come out on my channel. So that's kind of the one of the reasons is, you know, when I put in a video and there's tons of achievements in it as far as getting all the skilling outfits, like and all the favor in vid 1, that's a lot of coverage of content. Like I could have spread that amount of content into potentially 15 to 20 videos. You know, just 5 videos alone for each skilling outfit if I had done it via commentary. And I'm not saying that I want more videos or like a lot of like basic content per video going forward, but I think that it undermines the fact that it undermines my achievements to me. And the reason I make videos in the first place is so that I can look back and find motivation and see, wow, look where I've come from, look what I've achieved. I can definitely keep going, and find motivation in that and excitement and be proud of what I've accomplished. Well, in my life of working 60 hours as a, well, I was about to say associate junior software engineer, but now I'm actually getting promoted to a mid-level software engineer after about a year, which is pretty exciting. And, you know, having a wife that I've been married to for almost 7 years now and have a very good relationship with and I'm close with, I just don't see, well, and then also, I guess, to bring it in again, is my almost 5-year-old daughter. I just don't have the time to play many, many hours per day. And the game has become a learning experience since I started BAG of how can I achieve progress via grinding mentality and consistency. And what I mean by that is, to me, it is much more difficult to play a game for only an hour a day and be motivated rather than playing 10, 12, maybe not past 16, but hours per day. And the reason I bring that up is when you play many hours, you see results quickly. You can see your experience counter go up. You can see your total XP rise. And there's a motivating factor to it that when you play 1 hour and you get 40K from rune crafting, and that's all you got for the day, it's very difficult to see yourself as progressing forward. And so it requires a mentality of patience and grinding, where the grinding is consistent, slow XP, but at an exponential rate in which all that XP compounds to be a major goal achieved. And so that's where I'm leaning towards, and that's what I've been learning the last, I guess, since I started BAG, is how do I migrate from a person who was once able to play many hours a day while working from home to not being able to play more than maybe an hour when working from home, you know, during lunch and maybe afterwards if I clock out early. And when I don't work at home, I'm in the office and I cannot play at all. And I don't have a mobile device, so I actually can't play mobile either right now on my lunch at work or anything. So it's, with those things being in mind, I've also, to also add onto the realistic nature of this, and the reason I bring this up is I'm not just, you know, a husband or a father. I'm a good husband and father. And what I mean by that is that I spend a significant amount of time with my wife, and she gets evenings out and I get evenings out. And then I spend those evenings when she is out with my daughter after work. And on Saturdays, every single Saturday, I have my daughter all day, and it's our date day. And we do lots of fun things, and we spend quality time, and it's really important to her. And then on Sunday, we do a lot of community stuff, just because that's kind of like the one day you're able to do community-oriented things. Like a Saturday is kind of like the relaxing day after a long week of work, and for my wife, raising our daughter and running her business. And so, you know, I also have added working out to this list, and I've been exercising about 4 days a week consistently. And then also on my 3 nights that I have out in the evening, after we've had dinner and my daughter's gone to bed, I go out at a coffee shop, stay late, and I code. And I learn different technologies, and I essentially just work harder on what my visions are for being a developer, which I am far off for because I have to make up for a lot of things that naturally other people who are in the industry, I mean, have had as a part of their life since even childhood, with parents that were already engineers and Silicon Valley, etc., just being such a unicorn-oriented location. So that being the case, um, I've decided that I always talk about my goals, and I say I'm going to get 98 this, 98 in that. I'm going to get 99 on trimmed rune crafting, and I'm going to do all this stuff. And I hope that you guys can, follow along with that. And what happens is every single person truly does think about the long, long, long term. I really believe this, even though most won't admit it. And the reason why is they think about what they want to see. I want to see max cape. I want to see 200 mil fishing. I want to see fashionscape. I want to see 99 in a skill. And they think about these things long before they actually achieve the goal, because in order to plan for something and actually get there, you have to set some sort of plan. Now the plan can be loose, especially if you aren't mentioning the plan like I typically do. But a lot of times if you make a plan and it's mentioned publicly or on your channel or on your Twitter, like I've done prior, I guess before really growing, is that you set these goals, and then as things shift or as things happen or as you maybe don't feel like going for that goal anymore, you shift to a new goal. And overall, you're still succeeding maybe at the large scale goal, but the perception is that you are not able to stick to your goals. And the reason I say this is in the past, most people perceive me as somebody who makes outlandish goals and doesn't succeed in them. For example, when I started my first Ultimate Ironman Level 3, no one, and I repeat, no one, I mean, even Navis, when I talked to him, you could tell there was a hint of like, we'll just stick to it. And the reason why is because I had earned that by having a lot of large goals and never succeeding with them, or ruining accounts, or making mistakes that were foolish, or whatever the reason may be. Self-sabotage, you could say, or whatever you would, however you'd like to fill it in with your opinion of me. And so it wasn't really easy to take what I say beyond a grain of salt, and if even even one grain. And so yeah, so I'm trying to migrate and change and to a person who focuses on displaying to you guys achievement, not just a statement of what I'm going to do. And I think this is going to also benefit the channel, because in these Ramble videos, I can tell you about a short-term goal I have and talk about other things that can take up easily 45 minutes to an hour. And instead, when my video comes out of it being like, oh, there's everything he said he would do, and maybe even less than what he said he's going to do overall in the long term, you'll see more than what I said I would ever do. And the exciting part about that is that I get to, every single time, I don't lose who I am in the process, but I'm reforming who I am. So instead of saying, I'm going to go for this giant goal of 99 untrimmed rune crafting, I'll know that in my mind is what I want in the moment, but I'll communicate, here's what I'm going for. I'm going for, for example, as you guys could see earlier, I'm going for 90 rune crafting because I'm 88 right now. And what that does is it allows me to have the room that I need, and allows me to show you guys achievements, which is more exciting and also a better representation of the fact that I just enjoy doing this for me, and not trying to get some satisfaction about communicating what I'm going to do, and then sometimes doing it and sometimes not. I have achieved quite a bit on bag. I'd say I'm pretty proud of myself as far as how far I've come in the last few years in the game of RuneScape and in general as a person. And, that's something that I'm not going to let other people diminish. I've definitely, been a degenerate for some time in this game and been toxic or been careless or cared too much about perception or any of these things, And so, yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place right now. I'm really excited to be back playing the game. I'm also runecrafting on bag, or also while I'm runecrafting on bag, I started an alt, and I was really very unsure about this because I have a lot of accounts. I mean, I've got a almost max DHer. I've got a combat account that is pretty much maxed minus prayer. I've got little range accounts where it looks like I botted it because I seriously just AFK'd sand crabs to 90 range. I've got all these different builds and zerkers and a defense prayer scuffed peer with 1099s. And so I think that it's it's been a real sensitive thing for me as I've been transforming and slowly changing to just make a new account, because it seems like that would be backtracking from the intent of who and I guess who I want to be, you know, and I like not having too much to think about and feel responsible for. But I started a smithing alt and I'm really enjoying it. I think that the dichotomy of ultimate and having no bank is really sweet. The limitation is really fun being level 3 in ultimate, and I definitely enjoy it, and it is my main. Like, bag is forever my main. And I think even if I accidentally got combat, unlike in the past, where I kind of just did it for a bit and then scuffed, I think I actually would continue to play bag because I just love the ultimate Iron Man mode so much. But I'm not going to do that. It's forever going to be a level 3 as much as I can help it. And, you know, it's okay to also appreciate having a bank with a limitation. Now, I don't want a combat account. I don't want a max cape. I seriously could care less about those things. I think they look pretty, but they're not what I want to do. What I want is I want to do one skill on the side as an alt during any of the downtime of bag that is a little bit slower. So like, for example, right now I am runecrafting bloods, but on my alt I am smithing mithril plate bodies. I have 88 in mithril bars banked, which is like was at least 74k mithril bars or something like that. And I am currently smithing. I am at 70 smithing right now on Hiko Shiro. And so now I'm having this really enjoyable content where I have an alt that I can just invest one thing into. I plan on, and the goal is, getting 99 smithing on this alt. And the reason I can say something like that is because I'm on that road, I already have it banked, and I know that I'll hit 99. It may take a while because I'll only be doing it during, like, for example, rune crafting, or you know, post Arty nights, or I guess not cooking, but something like fishing, or maybe even while I'm smithing on bag. There's different skills that I can definitely alt the smithing. Now, the alting is a little bit more difficult while doing plate bodies because it's just a much quicker turn time, which I'm finding enjoyable, but it'll be really relaxing after 99 in any post experience I'm able to get. I've ultimately decided that I want to do post smithing even if I don't make any profit and I break even. And what I mean by that is I really don't, the alt is not something that I'm doing for money. It's not something that I'm doing for, you know, like a 200 mil goal. It's not necessarily an OSAT. I would say that it's probably an OSAT at this point, because if I was going to get something after 99 smithing, I would not level multiple skills. I would only level one, and I am going to remain level 3 and 1 Slayer on it. But it is just a nice little alt for fishing or whatever skill I'm doing that doesn't require too much clicking. And if I can make some profitability and get, you know, some post experience, and then that would be really cool to have in, I guess, the next year and a half, which is as far ahead as I'm thinking. When it comes to bag, really I have 2 routes in front of me, which is that I continue on the rune crafting grind and I get 99 rune crafting and I just finish it. Which means that most of my other skills will kind of suffer even after 90 rune crafting, but I will definitely continue to smith, and I'll get an untrimmed skill cape on bag, which would be rune crafting, which is a pretty cool achievement. I'd be the second ultimate Iron Man, the first being Pryco, Pryco, as an ultimate level 3 to get untrimmed rune crafting, and that would be a pretty cool achievement for me. So it's either I continue to just rune craft and slowly inch towards that goal at like 35k XP an hour, because I'll probably continue to do bloods, or at 90 I take a break and I do, you know, some small skills like 80 smithing, 85 fletching from those dart tips, you know, maybe 90 cooking, which is pretty realistic, and a couple of other just small short-term cleanup goals before the end of the year. That being said, I'm leaning towards rune crafting because the original goal for the year was to not get past 80, and I'm already almost 90 because I actually do enjoy it this much. It's not as enjoyable as lavas, but I can't say that I don't enjoy the fact that I don't have to click as much as lavas, although lavas I enjoy more for sure, even as a level 3. There's something about them that are more fun. But they're, you know, not, first of all, they're not profitable, and second of all, it's just a lot of clicking if you're going to play an alt as well. So that's kind of the route, is I continue on that, or I start working on those other 90s like fishing and cooking, getting to 90, and farming and hunter, and maybe get herblore up a little bit as well. Maybe even mining to 85, because I'll get some levels, some more levels here from runecrafting to 90 maybe. I think I'll hit 82 mining. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say. There's a lot of skills to work on that I'm thoroughly enjoying, and right now, I know that if I do a content where I show you clips every, like video clips every so often, that you guys will, it'll make, leveling something like rune crafting a little more feasible to record. Versus if I hop around, it might be a little more exciting because there's more variety. But either way, I'm just doing my thing, and I'm really enjoying where I'm at, and yeah, I think I'm growing and getting at the right place and getting the right mindset towards things. But yeah, I'll be on Hiko Shiro smithing whenever I can, and I will be on bag rune crafting for now. Life is good. Life is hard, but it's good. I hope you guys are doing good. I'd really like to see what you guys' thoughts on either path are, your thoughts on the video content type changing, and also your, I guess, overall, what you're up to. What skills are you working on? What are you excited to achieve? What have you already achieved recently? And potentially, if you wanted to, give your Discord tag, or let me know if you guys would be interested in a Discord community for our channel. I think that when it comes to people, I'm a much deeper person, in the sense that I don't just like talking about shallow things. I like to be well connected to people beyond just a hi or a PM. So if you guys wanted to join, I guess, my Discord channel, let me know, and I'll make that a little bit more public and a little bit more open. I'm not available 24/7, so I'd have to have somebody really trustworthy, at least, prevent some of the sketchy stuff that could happen, I guess, by people using it. But yeah, I think that might be something cool, and even if it's just to add people and have private conversations and get to know any of the people that are sub to me, or answer any questions, I would be very much grateful to do that for anyone. So I'm definitely happy where I'm at. I'm excited for vid 5. I think it's going to be much better than vid 4. Hopefully you guys will still give me some grace for vid 4 scuffness, and that overall this channel will be a great place for all of you to enjoy my content, find some motivation for yourselves, and overall, and have some content to enjoy while you're escaping. Hope you guys have a great day, and you know what? You're the best.